See live. We are live.
You're live.
We are
Yes,
live now.
absolutely. Thank you very much. And good evening, good day, whatever time of the day it is for you. We are here I'm in Kenya, Nairobi, Kenya, and I'm super excited to have our Head of Marketing and Communications, Jessica Carlson, who is tuning in from Germany, even though she's from America. We are quite a global team. All right, so
Really
I'm super
international.
excited. All the good branding you see and you say we connect international colors are so good. This is the lady behind it. Thank you so much, Jessica, for joining us. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great and love that introduction, but it's a true team effort. And I think, yeah, the African team has added a lot of good color and flavor to all of our branding as well, which is great. But yeah, truly international team here and a team effort around the tools and technology. So I know we'll get into that, but that's what I'm here to do today is just help orient you on the tools that we use for our matchmaking and events, which will come into play here very soon.
Absolutely. She's humble too. Thank you very much, Jessica. So today we are back here. Today we normally have Africa Dialogues, and we are going to have an African dialogue. However, it's about the Africa Regional Summit coming up at the end of the month in Johannesburg. If you don't have your ticket yet, you need to get your ticket. Today's session is going to show you how you can optimize your time at the regional summit. You're going to be able to engage with people on the Brella platform, which Jessica is going to show you what to do, how to do, because it's going live on the 12th. So I'm going to hand it right over to her to take it away. Jessica, you're welcome.
Thank you, Frida. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we're going to walk through this in detail. We'll share.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll let you know as soon as I see my screen. Your screen, rather.
Let's see. There we go.
It's coming up, and there we go. We have it.
Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to walk through a few things. First, just if you are not registered yet, what that process looks like. And then once you are registered, what it looks like on April 12th when the event app goes live, even leading up to the actual event itself, April 29th and 30th. So Brella, as Frida mentioned, is a platform that we use for the events for networking. It's essentially the platform where all of the event information is in one place. It is also where you actually register for the event too. So let's walk through that. This is the landing page for the Africa Summit. It's weconnectinternational.org, Africa Summit 2025. I know it's plastered all over the LinkedIn pages, so you'll find this link in many different places, but this is where you'll go to register. You can also see some of the agenda details. You can see some lovely photos from last year and our sponsors, some of the people that will be there for networking. You will click this button, Get Tickets. You can see the different ticket types. So if you are a certified woman-owned business, obviously that would be your option. If you are not certified, but you are woman-owned, you have that ticket type as well. You'll just do 1, 2 if there's more of you. I'm going to scroll down because we actually have a We Connect International staff. I'm going to choose that as my option. And then you'll see on the right in this pop-up that your ticket pops up. I'm just doing this for testing, so I'm going to put in a little code so I can get through to the next step. You'll click Proceed. And this is where you enter in your information for the ticket purchase. It's also what will be entered into Brella later. So we'll get to that. It'll be sort of the core of the information about you that will be in the Brella app for networking. So you would just go through email address, your name. You can use the same email address. You don't have to type it in twice. Put in your job title, your company name or your organization, your phone, country, if you have any accessibility requirements, dietary restrictions, how you heard about the conference, hopefully social media. I think that's where a lot of people are finding. And then there's just a few consent in terms of if we can use your personal information so that we can reach out to you, our cancellation policy, that you can be in the photos that we'll be taking at the event, and then accepting the privacy policy. You'll click get tickets, and I haven't filled it out of the form, so if you miss anything, it'll tell you, and then you'll be able to enter in your credit card information to complete the purchase. So I'm not going to go through that whole field, but that's essentially it for registration. Once you complete that, you receive a confirmation email, and that's it. You're in. You're ready. You have purchased your ticket. More information will come on April 12th when the event app goes live. So that's the only thing that you need to worry about between purchasing your ticket for the event and then when the event goes live. So that's the front end. Now let's go to when the event does go live. So I'm going to click over here. This is an email that you will receive. It might look a little bit different, but it'll look very similar to this, that will basically invite you to join the event. You will click join event. And now we're going to walk through kind of what this process is to set up your profile so that you're all set up for networking. So what Brella is a networking platform that uses AI to actually match you with people that are either buying or selling things that you are selling or buying, or just want to network about various topics. So part of this process is making sure that you really provide as much information as possible so that your profile, it has the information that the AI can dig to make those connections. So you get here, let's press get started. Because you clicked from the email, it'll already know your email address, so you can just keep rolling. And this is where you'll have to create an account. So this is, you likely will not have an account. You might have if you had registered for the Africa Summit that occurred last fall. If so, and you don't remember your password, you might just click need help or reset your password. It's a pretty self-sustaining process, so you can get into the app. But for me, this is the first time I have done this here, so I'm just going to create a little password so I can get in. You'll see it has to meet all of these password requirements. Agree. And let's create our account. Everybody has a join code, so if you're ever having access issues, you can reach out to the Africa team and we can pull a join code for you so that you can join the event. Usually if you click from the link, it'll automatically pass that through so that we don't have to worry about that. So here we are in. Now we're in Brella. We're starting to enter in our personal information. This is basically setting up our profile so that we can start networking. So there's a lot of different things you can customize here. I can add a photo. Let's see. That's not me. This is me. Okay, let's do that. So you can add in your headshot, any sort of photo of you. As you can see, you can also now update your name. So this is pulled in from what I entered when I first registered in that first step. If you had a typo, you can update it here, no problem. Click complete profile. And now as we're going to actually set up our interests and so that we can get that AI working for us to help us network. So first you're going to say, it's going to ask you what best describes you at this event. So are you from a corporation? Are you a vendor? Are you part of the WeConnect International team? Are you government representative? If you're a woman-owned business, you would be considered a diverse vendor. So let's go with that one. Click continue. And now this one you might want to spend a little bit of time on because you're going to look at all of these industries and categories to determine what are you interested in networking about, which just talking to people about these topics. What are you selling at this event? And what are you potentially buying or looking for? And that's going to help with the matchmaking. So I'll just scroll through. So you can search. So if you're looking for marketing, I work in marketing. So let's just say marketing and advertising. okay, I am definitely interested in networking about this. I'm not really selling anything right now, but I might be interested in buying some services. So I would click that, and then that's all done. You can search and find those based on what your business is, or you can just kind of scroll through. So let's look at, we got technology, innovation. Well, I would like to network about innovation, finance, health. I might be interested in that. Manufacturing, retail and commerce, media, and that's where you saw marketing. So, social media. Yeah, let's say. And maybe I do want to actually sell this as a service. So let me put that in there. And this, I will say, doesn't prevent you from meeting people who aren't buying or selling these things. It just helps to match you so that they're basically at the top of the list when you're looking at people to possibly network with. Events, design. Again, I'm just going to decide I want to do some of those. So you can see it's a pretty extensive list. So I would say give yourself some time just to go through this so that you're very thorough about the different interests. I'm going to scroll all the way down. Okay, that's where we got to. So I feel pretty good. You can see the little preview here on the right of what your profile looks like, and what I'm interested in networking about, what I'm interested in buying, and what I'm selling. Let's click continue. And then here's a little introduction. So you can get creative. You can keep it generic, but this is basically your introduction to other attendees on this virtual networking component. So this is what, your first impression of people before you might meet them in person. So I would recommend tailoring it as much as you'd like to give the best impression of who you are, what your pitch is, and why you're attending this conference. Then you can also select the country or countries that you're from or that you operate in. So you'll see it's first just by continent, but then you can go and you can see all of the countries and scroll all the way down to whatever country that you operate in or that you live in. I'm just going to keep it general. And that's not accurate to me, but we'll go there. Okay, so then finally, we're here at the networking, and this is just telling the system when you're open to networking. So if you're coming to the event and you're just going to be there for the first day, then you might just select that. It's a 2-day event. You're probably going to want to be there for both days. So just keep that open, and you'll be open to any networking slots on either day. And now finally, we'll click join the event. And here we are. So this is the web version of the Brella app. There is also a phone app as well that you can get to. And that we'll send that in the communications. You can also search in the App Store on iOS or Android for WeConnect International, and you'll find it. So all of the steps that I just went through, you can do just from your computer like I'm doing, or you can do it on your phone. It's the same process. It'll just open it up in an app on your phone versus on your web browser. So it's really up to you and the preferences that you have. Since it might take some time, it might be easier to do it on your computer, but it's really just a personal preference. You have the option. So here we are. The event app itself is essentially just the container for all of the people who are attending. You can explore the schedule, you can explore the speakers and our sponsors. And you'll see already that it's giving me people that I might want to meet based on what the criteria that I just entered in. So that's what Brella does. It helps you once everybody's in here that's attending. It just helps kind of suggest those that could be the most relevant to what your business needs are. So let's go to people, and you'll see at the top here it says your matches. So these are the people that Brella has matched to me based on my interests. It matched me with myself because I have another account in here, which I think is funny. So you can scroll through here. You can look at people's profiles. And and it'll give you a little bit more detail. So here's a good example of someone. They put in their introduction, as I was saying. You can see what they're interested in. You can see what interests you have in common. You can see where they operate. Here's their full interests. So you can see the pink ones are ones we have in common. The others were other interests that they had in. And say I'm like, okay, I would really like to meet with this person. I'm going to click suggest meeting. Scroll this over. And this is where we have a networking area at the event, and we have a series of open networking slots. So you can just connect with somebody and decide that you can connect with them at any point during the event, or you can actually schedule a specific meeting during one of these slots at the event. So we have them, I think, primarily on Tuesday right now, and they're just 10-minute meetings. And these are 10-minute one-on-one matchmaking meetings based on you requesting meetings with people that you match with on the app. So you would just click on, so find that person. Looks like we both have availability at this time. Click the time that you want to select. Actually, I don't want 8 a.m. That's a little early for me. I'm going to do 8:30. And then you would do send meeting request. So it's really that easy. They need to then accept that meeting request. So maybe I'll do it for my other account so I don't accidentally send anybody a meeting. So let's do a suggest meeting. And now this is actually a chat between me and myself, but me and another person with the meeting request, and they would need to accept it. But you can also start sending them messages and just networking with them in general. So that's how the meeting request process goes. But I do want to stress that these are just the matches based on AI. It just gives you an easier way to look at the attendee list. You can also just browse all attendees. And you can bookmark attendees. So if there's somebody in here and I'm like, yes, I want to meet with this person. Let me bookmark that. I'm going to come back to that later. I'm going to bookmark her. Now, when I'm here at bookmarks, these are the folks that I want to connect with. So in addition to requesting meetings with people, you can just connect with them just like you would on LinkedIn. And so I'll just connect. So this just gives you the opportunity to connect with them and just chat with them. So if you just want to start a conversation with somebody in the app, start talking to them, say, hey, let's meet up at the conference, that's perfectly fine too. Or you can be a little bit more formal and decide to, suggest a meeting. So that's the core functionality of the networking. Very powerful in that you can really dive into like what people are buying and selling, and making sure you're prioritizing your time and meeting with the folks that are most likely to want to do business with you, or maybe that's not doing business, but there's other networking things that you want to learn more about AI or some new technology. This is the best way just to meet the right people that will help you with what you need at that moment. The other things I'll just share with you in this app is that you can view the full event schedule, and it will incorporate your specific meeting. So as you can see, it says I'm still waiting for a response for this meeting request, but we have just an open networking block here. I'm hoping to meet with this person for 10 minutes during this time. Once she accepts that, that would be in my meeting or in my full schedule. But it also includes everything else that's happening during the summit, including all the sessions and details about where they're taking place. And we have some of our initial speakers. This will be populated with even more as we flesh that out. So that will be a core part of it as well. You can see and you can see any important updates. So for instance, we had a venue change. So you'll see that here, the latest updates. The beauty of also downloading the app is that you can also get push alerts for anything else, critical updates. And when you're there at the event, you for sure will want the app, because that's where you can pull up your schedule, look at who you're meeting with, what time you're meeting, and it's just a really handy guide to basically your full day, from the event sessions to those one-on-one meetings that you're requesting. You'll also want to make sure that you have those notifications on too, because people might be requesting meetings with you. So if you're receiving meeting requests, you need to be able to log in and accept those or suggest another time, or maybe that's not the right meeting for you. So just to monitor that so that you're aware of those requests coming in. Here you'll see you can turn on desktop notifications. So that's what, if you're just using the web browser, that's a good way to keep updated. But if you have the mobile app, you'll get that just pop up in your phone too. So that's essentially the core of Brella. Frida, is there anything else that you would like to add in terms of matchmaking best practices or connecting, or anything else that we should explore more in the app?
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Jessica, for that very explicit explanation on how to use Brella. And to our viewers, those that are watching now or later, make sure you put what you want other people to recognize you for. So put your best foot forward, put in a nice picture, resist the temptation to put your best flower or best pet, because people are going to be looking for your face. All right. And then make sure you book some time so that you're very intentional in finding the people that you want to meet. Most importantly, on day 2 is going to be all about meet the member buyer. We're going to have member buyer roundtables. So you want to ensure that your profile is on point. So in case the member buyer looks for you, they're going to find the information that shows them clearly who you are and what your interests are. We are very excited. We are preparing for you, and we're looking forward to serving you on April the 29th and the 30th at the Ernst & Young offices in Santon, Joburg. Thank you very much. And that is really it. Thank you so much, Jessica.
Thank you. Happy to do it.
Fantastic. So until the next time, we'll see you around. Have a good evening. Thank you, and
Thanks all.
bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye. Leave studio.